Welcome into College Corner. We're into the Elite Eight of the NCAA Tournament. These are my three favorite plays. We only got two games to work with here on Saturday. Still finding a way to get three plays out to you guys. But damn, I'm getting this out Saturday, recording it Friday, so this is fresh off of Thursday's games in the Sweet 16. It was tough. 1-2 finish on the plays. Arkansas, never a chance in hell. UCLA ripped my heart out. We just might as well run the video because we shared it on our Twitter. We're live every single day on Twitch if you guys aren't following us there. But you can check out the reaction just to know that I bet these games and I'm sweating it out with each and every one of you guys that are tailing with me. So let's just run it. Holy shit! Oh my God! Ah! Ah! That's why you don't leave, fam! Because you've also dominated the offense. Don't let Drew Timmy steal this fucking game from us.
I mean, he's on the ass in March Madness. That is a long shot. He took it from Reno, and he cashed in.
Yeah, devastating. Any team that doesn't make shot for 11 minutes probably doesn't deserve to win, but a team of that caliber not doing it for that long and finding a way to come back, incredible. All my friends watching the game with me, everybody at OwnersBox left, ditched me, and it was just me because I was the only one who still believed. But regardless, let's get to today's plays. If you guys need a place to go get these bets in at, DraftKings is where I'm finding a couple of these lines are, especially for these player props. If you sign up, bet $5, you can get $200 in bonus bets. I'll include that down below in the link in the description. And of course, follow me on Twitter for more plays throughout the tournament. Let's get started with a side. I managed to find a side I like between these two games. Florida Atlantic, +2. Does not seem like they're getting much love from bettors right now after the incredible performance from Marquise Noel to pick up the win and get to the Elite Eight with the win over Michigan State. Incredible. Broke the record for assists in a single game. Unbelievable. Now, this is a very tight matchup. Like this Florida Atlantic team, I don't know what else they have to do to prove to people. This is a very legitimate team that deserves to be here. Of course, it avoided some matchups against, Purdue or obviously running through Tennessee was impressive, getting that win there. But these are two excellent defenses against the field, especially FAU. They're 13th in opponent effective field goal percentage this season. I think there are two important advantages when you have a matchup as tight as this one that you do need to keep in mind. Kansas State, deficiency on the glass. Florida Atlantic will have an advantage both on the offensive and defensive glass. Kansas State, 248th in defensive rebounding this season. Though there's some second chance points that can come the way for the Owls. And then as well, the Kansas State turnover problems. They're 263rd in the country. More extra possessions there. Those are two chances to get the ball more often. You saw that Gonzaga comeback. It all was because they absolutely dominated the Bruins on the glass, doubling them nearly in rebounds in the game. That you cannot win basketball games unless you shoot 60% from the field if you're getting out-rebounded by a consistent and legitimate margin. And I think that could happen in this game, especially when you consider the fact FAU is a team that gets 44% of their points from the three-point line, which is 35th in the country. And then you have an excellent three-point defense in Kansas State, who has opponents shooting just 30% from three. And then Kansas State wants to score at the rim, wants to score on the interior. FAU 11th in two-point defense, 44.8% opponents are shooting. So these defenses match up really well with the offenses. But what I really think makes the difference here is Florida Atlantic's defense is much, much better from the perspective of giving up those assists that Noel had. We saw so many Noel assists come from guys under the rim that just got away from their defender and were wide open under the rim. Not to say that it wasn't impressive, the performance from Noel to find these open lanes, but FAU does not give up many assisted buckets. They're second in the country in assists per field goal made. You'll see this defense much, much more locked up on their assignments, which will be really big here. Janelle Davis, Elijah Martin, the two big guards for FAU, they can match up and provide, that same kind of scoring pedigree that Noel and Keontae Johnson have given the Wildcats. I like FAU to cover. You can take them on the money line as well. Let's be safe, though. Let's grab the 2 points. Staying in this game, going to a player prop, Janelle Davis, over 5.5 rebounds. This is a number he's gone over in 3 of his last 4 games, including the matchup against Tennessee and their excellent rebounding team. Look, we're going back to a matchup here like we talked about earlier where there are issues here for Kansas State on the glass on both ends. I see FAU having the advantage. He's playing more than 5 minutes. He's playing more than 5 minutes what he was playing throughout the season. So he was playing around 25 minutes during the season. Now he's up to 30 minutes a game in his last 5 games. So the opportunity is there. The time on the court is there. And then Vladislav Golden, he is the center for the Owls. He's consistently, playing right around 20, 21 minutes a game. He was able to stay on the floor and not run into foul trouble in Thursday's games. But he has had the problem of getting into foul trouble, being off the floor, not playing a lot of minutes, and that puts the rebounding responsibilities as a unit, like an entire unit responsible for getting on the glass and securing those boards. And Davis has been the second on the team in defensive rebounding rate this season. So he's a guy that plays a huge part, especially when Golden is off the floor. And then where I think I like to see him get over this number, and the added benefit here is that Kansas State defensive rebounding troubles. So that should boost his opportunities here because he's a guy that scores and plays around the rim and at the rim. So some second chance points could come his way at the glass on the offensive side. So I like him to go over 5.5 rebounds. He's proven to do it in the tournament and some of these most important games of their season, including the Conference USA tournament. So I like him to go over 5.5 rebounds here. Last play, UConn Gonzaga. This game should be fantastic. I'm holding that UConn 40-1 ticket. Definitely in this game, I'm not feeling like I want to go with a side here. It seems like UConn's a play a lot of people are going after, and I am one that pays attention to the betting splits. If I see too much on one side, even if I like that side, it'll likely keep me off of it. So we've got to find a way to get creative here. And I attack this one specific area of the Gonzaga defense that has been very deficient this season. Alex Karaban, over. You can find it at 7.5 points at DraftKings. It is a little juiced. Play it at 8.5 as well. But this is a very, very high total, 153.5. You got a very fast Gonzaga team against a relatively slow UConn team. That tends to, in the slow-paced team and the fast-paced team, it usually is able to play a little bit more to the fast-paced team's pace of play. So Gonzaga really struggles defending the perimeter. Opponents are shooting over 35%. They're 257th in the country. Now, they haven't been good against the two either, but more around the average in the nation as opposed to this three-point defense, which has been terrible. UConn is a team that relies on the three. 42% of their shots come from the perimeter. I mean, the matchup here between Adama Sanogo and Drew Timme will be fantastic to watch. These guys have been crushing their player props. I believe Sanogo's maybe at 19.5 or maybe 18.5, I think, and Timmy's at 20.5. These guys have been clearing these numbers easy in the tournament. So if you wanted to add these plays as well, I wouldn't blame you. They are boosted pretty heavily to what they've been earlier, so you're not getting a lot of value on these prices and these numbers. Something you could do, though. These guys don't care about the player prop number or over-under. Timme was ridiculous for the Zags on Thursday night. But Karaban himself, so he's the team's most efficient three-point shooter. He's shooting 41% from three this year. You love to see that from a guy that can take advantage of some poor defense here from the Zags. He's taken only about 7 field goal attempts per game, with about 61 of those attempts being from three. So I like him here to get, his 7 per game this year is a number that we're looking at, but I think in a game that improves in pace and is played a little faster with that higher total, you could see him getting closer to double-digit field goal attempts. And if he's going to take, 6, 7 threes in this game, I like him to make at least 3 of those and get over this number. So I like Alex Karaban over 7.5 points here against the Bucks. All right, that's everything for Day 1 of the Elite Eight. We've got FAU +2. We've got Janelle Davis over 5.5 rebounds. And finally, Alex Karaban over 7.5 points. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Like the video. We'll be coming to you on Sunday as well with more plays for the final 2 games of the Sweet 16. We're getting down to it. Hopefully, we're going to make you some money heading into the weekend here. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.